Have you ever felt like you had plenty of time to finish something, only to realize later that the chance had slipped away forever? That's the danger of procrastination. This is the story of Jake, a boy whose laziness almost destroyed his future, but also taught him one of life's greatest lessons: the power of using time wisely. Long ago, in a quiet village far away from the noise of the city, there lived a boy named Jake. He lived with his parents, his younger brother, and his wise grandfather. The village was peaceful, with rivers that flowed gently, fields of golden crops, and children's laughter echoing in the air. But Jake was different. He was not known for his hard work, but for his extreme laziness. If there was work to be done, Jake would always say, "I'll do it tomorrow." And when tomorrow came, he would say, "Maybe the next day." This habit of postponing became his way of life. At school, he fell behind while his classmates worked hard and moved ahead. When the teacher asked him, "Jake, have you finished your homework?" he would mumble, "I'll do it later." But the truth was, he had plenty of time. He simply wasted it on daydreaming and lying in the fields. His best friend Daniel tried to warn him, "Jake, if you don't change, you'll regret this one day. Everyone else is moving forward while you are standing still." But Jake just laughed. "Relax, Daniel. I have my whole life ahead of me. I'll work later." At home, his father grew tired of his excuses. "Jake," he said, "look at your younger brother. He wakes early, helps in the fields, finishes his studies, and still plays. Why can't you be responsible?" Jake would shrug. "Don't worry, Dad. I still have time." But those 4 words, "I still have time," were nothing but an excuse. Finally, his worried father spoke to Jake's grandfather. The old man, wise and respected in the village, listened carefully. "Leave him to me," he said. "Perhaps I can teach him a lesson he will never forget." The next morning, Grandpa called Jake and handed him a small black stone. It looked ordinary, but his grandfather's eyes sparkled with mystery. "Jake," he said, "this is a magic stone. If you rub it against iron, the iron will turn into gold. With this, you can make yourself as rich as you want." Jake's eyes widened in excitement. "Really? Gold? You mean I can be rich?" "Yes," Grandpa nodded, "but listen carefully. I will be away for a day. I'll return tomorrow evening. Until then, you may keep this stone. Once I return, I will take it back. That means you have only 1 day to use it." Jake jumped with joy. "Thank you, Grandpa. I'll be the richest boy in the village." But that evening, instead of rushing to the market to buy iron, Jake thought, "I still have plenty of time. I'll go tomorrow morning." He ate, relaxed, and went to bed dreaming of piles of gold. The next morning, he woke up late. "There's still time," he thought. "I'll eat breakfast first, then go to the market." After eating, he felt sleepy. "Maybe I'll rest for a while." That short nap turned into hours. When he finally woke up, the sun was already setting. He panicked and grabbed the stone to run to the market. But as he opened the door, there stood his grandfather. Calmly, the old man held out his hand. "Your time is over, Jake." Tears filled Jake's eyes. "Please, Grandpa, just give me a little more time. I was about to go. I promise I'll do it now." But Grandpa shook his head. "No, Jake, you had a full day. You could have turned iron into gold, but you wasted your time. This is the punishment of laziness. People who don't value time achieve nothing in life. Lost money can be earned again, but lost time can never be returned." Jake stood in silence, ashamed. In that moment, he realized he had lost something far more precious than gold. He had lost an opportunity. That night, he lay awake, whispering to himself, "I had the chance, but I wasted it. I'll never do this again." But breaking a habit isn't easy. Laziness had lived inside him for years, and fighting it would take more than one painful lesson. The very next morning, however, Jake woke early. For the first time, he went to the fields to help his father. His younger brother was shocked. "Jake, you're working?" Jake nodded. "Yes, I need to change." Grandpa was right. Time doesn't wait for anyone. But even as he worked, the temptation to rest was strong. "Maybe I should stop for a while," he thought. Just then, Grandpa appeared and said, "Are you truly working hard, Jake, or only pretending because you feel guilty?" Jake admitted, "Grandpa, I want to change, but laziness keeps whispering to me, 'Do it later. Rest now.' How do I fight that voice?" Grandpa sat him down under a tree. "Laziness is like a thief. It steals your time slowly, and you don't even notice until it's too late. Do you know how to defeat a thief? You don't give him a chance to steal. You must protect your time before laziness takes it. Start small. Don't promise yourself 5 hours of work. Promise 5 minutes. Begin with action, no matter how little. Once you start, laziness loses its power." That night, Grandpa gave him a test. "Tomorrow before sunrise, fetch 10 buckets of water from the river for our garden. Don't wait, don't delay. Just begin." When morning came, Jake's warm bed tempted him to stay. Just 5 more minutes, he thought. But then he remembered, time is treasure. Don't let the thief steal it. He forced himself up, carried one bucket, then another. Slowly but surely, he filled all 10 before the sun had risen. Exhausted but proud, Jake smiled when Grandpa checked his work. "How do you feel, Jake?" "Tired," Jake admitted, "but also happy. I never thought I could do it, but I did." "That is the secret," Grandpa said. "Laziness gives you short-term pleasure, but long-term regret. Discipline gives you short-term pain, but long-term success." Jake repeated those words. Short-term pain, long-term success, and for the first time, he felt a spark of real determination. From that day forward, Jake began changing little by little. He trained his body, helped his family, studied harder at school, and even inspired his friends. The boy once known as lazy began to discover the real power of time. He faced trials, he stumbled, but each time he remembered his grandfather's words. Time wasted is life wasted. Time used wisely is life multiplied. He learned that no matter how much time you have lost in the past, you can always begin again, today, this very moment. So the next time you feel like delaying your work, remember Jake's story. Remember the magic stone he wasted, the tears of regret, and the lesson he carried for the rest of his life. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Even if it's just a small step, begin now. That's how you defeat laziness. That's how you build a future worth living. And if this story touched your heart, share it with others. Because the power of time is too important to keep to yourself.